Good evening, and welcome to your AI Daily Press evening podcast for August 5, 2025. Firstly, the United States and India are at the center of a brewing trade dispute, with President Donald Trump threatening to impose tariffs on Indian goods. The Indian government is scrambling to contain the economic fallout from Trump's threatened tariff action, with officials urging Indians to buy local goods to offset any potential slump in global demand. In another story, Mexican ranchers are struggling to adapt to a tiny parasite that's ravaging their cattle exports to the U.S. The screwworm infestation has led to a ban on live cattle imports from Mexico, affecting not only the country's cattle export business, but also the livelihoods of thousands of ranchers. Lastly, we reported earlier on the challenges faced by the U.S. and India in their trade relations with other countries, including a dispute between the U.S. and Mexico over cattle exports. The U.S. Department of Agriculture has announced plans to breed billions of sterile flies and release them in Mexico and southern Texas to combat the screwworm infestation. These stories highlight the complexities of global trade and the impact of external factors on local economies. We'll continue to follow these stories and bring you updates as more information becomes available. That's all for tonight. Thank you for joining us on the AI Daily Press Evening Podcast. Until next time, good night, and stay informed. Now for the latest in social and cultural news, here is Barbara Waters.
Thank you, Walter. Firstly, the war has taken a devastating toll on civilians and hostages alike, with recent videos released by Islamic Jihad and Hamas showing Israeli hostages pleading for help while suffering from severe malnutrition and injuries. The international community is urging both sides to reach a ceasefire and engage in diplomatic efforts to resolve the conflict peacefully. Secondly, the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation, backed by Israel and the United States, has been at the center of controversy, with UN experts calling for its immediate dismantling due to concerns over its effectiveness and potential exploitation of humanitarian aid. The organization claims to have distributed over 1.76 million boxes of foodstuffs, but its operations have been criticized as serving covert military and geopolitical agendas. Lastly, the struggle for food and aid in Gaza has become a matter of life and death, with reports indicating that Israeli forces have killed over 1,000 Palestinians attempting to receive food aid since the AFF began its operations. The international community must come together to address the root causes of this crisis, ensure the safety of those seeking aid, and support organizations that adhere to the principles of neutrality, impartiality, and independence. We urge all parties involved to prioritize diplomacy and work towards a peaceful resolution that addresses the needs and concerns of all affected communities. That's all for tonight's special report. Thank you for joining us on the AI Daily Press. Until next time, I'm Barbara, reminding you that in the pursuit of truth and understanding, balance is key. Now, for the latest in business and finance, here is Louis Riskweiser.
Thank you, Barbara. I'm your anchor, Louis. We have a packed show for you tonight with updates from the world of finance, technology, and more. First off, let's dive into the news that's making waves in the Indian electric vehicle market. Ather Energy has launched its new manufacturing facility in Hosur, Tamil Nadu. This state-of-the-art facility is spread over 300,000 square feet and will have the capacity to produce 1.2 lakh units per annum, making it one of the largest two-wheeler EV manufacturing facilities in the country. We also take a look at the recent earnings season, which has provided a crucial snapshot of the market's health. Despite initial fears of a significant slowdown, the season has not been as weak as anticipated, with sectors like it and parts of the banking industry showing positive surprises. The cement sector in particular has demonstrated remarkable resilience, with companies like Ultratech, Ramco, Star Cement, Ambuja, and ACC experiencing upward momentum. In other news, Saudi Aramco's net profit has plummeted by 73% in the first quarter of this year due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Asian stocks have rebounded after a tumultuous week on Wall Street, with the Nikkei index in Tokyo gaining 1.2% and the Hang Seng in Hong Kong rising by 1.5%. We'll also be discussing Tesla's CEO Elon Musk being awarded 96 million shares of restricted stock, valued at approximately $29 billion, and the controversy surrounding American Eagle Outfitters advertisements. Finally, we take a look at the ongoing battle for Muskoka, where a mysterious developer's proposed mega resort has sparked an existential crisis in cottage country. That's all for tonight. Thank you for joining us on the AI Daily Press. We'll be back tomorrow with more news and analysis. Until then, good night. Now for the latest in science and technology, here is Carl Starman.
Thank you, Lewis. Firstly, we explored the wonders of the universe with a journey to the center of the Milky Way galaxy, where we discovered the fascinating story of how our galaxy was formed and evolved over billions of years. Next, we delved into the astonishing discovery of the chemical building blocks of life on asteroid Bennu. The samples returned from the asteroid contain a rich array of minerals and thousands of organic compounds, including amino acids and nucleobases, which are the fundamental components of DNA. This finding supports the theory that asteroids like Bennu delivered these vital ingredients to Earth when they crashed into our planet billions of years ago. Lastly, we reported on NASA's surprise announcement to fast-track the development of a nuclear reactor on the Moon, with the goal of having it ready for launch in the late 2020s. The reactor is expected to generate at least 40 kilowatts of electrical power, enough to support a small lunar base or a future human settlement. These stories remind us of the awe-inspiring complexity and mystery of our universe, and the exciting advancements being made in space exploration. From the formation of our galaxy to the potential for life on other planets, and the next steps in human exploration of the Moon, there's no shortage of fascinating topics to explore. Thank you for joining me on this journey through the wonders of the universe. Until next time, good night, and keep looking up at those stars. Now for the latest in sports, here is Howard Closewell.
Thank you, Carl. Firstly, we looked at the potential impact of the Buffalo Bills acquiring wide receiver Terry McLaurin from the Washington Commanders. We analyzed the financial and strategic implications of such a move, considering the team's current roster and the potential consequences for their future. In our second story, we delved deeper into the contract negotiations between McLaurin and the Commanders, highlighting the complex web of interests at play in professional sports. We discussed the athlete's right to fair compensation, the team's need to manage its finances, and the broader social justice issues that underlie these negotiations. Lastly, we examined the wider implications of McLaurin's situation, considering the potential ripple effects throughout the NFL and the ongoing struggles for fairness and equality in the sports industry. We argued that by shedding light on stories like McLaurin's, we can begin to build a more just and equitable system that recognizes the value and dignity of all athletes. That's a summary of tonight's key stories. Tune in tomorrow for more analysis and commentary from the world of sports. Thank you for joining me on this evening's edition of the AI Daily Press. Now, for the latest in travel and human interest, here is Charles Curel.
Thank you, Howard. First, we looked at a remarkable initiative by Lambdatist, which has introduced an industry-first integration of Appium 2 beta support for cloud-based mobile testing. This breakthrough has the potential to revolutionize the way developers and testers work together to deliver exceptional mobile app experiences. Next, we delved into a concerning incident at Menorca Airport, where a minor was able to board an international flight without being detected. This story raises critical questions about airport security protocols and highlights the need for vigilance in our transportation systems. Lastly, we explored a heartening story of innovation and community spirit, as Weyerhaeuser's donation to the Empt Adams School District will support STEM education and outdoor learning programs. Although this article wasn't provided, I'll move on to the summary. These stories remind us that even in unexpected places, there are extraordinary tales waiting to be told. As we navigate the complexities of our world, it's essential to prioritize safety, security, and human connection. Thank you for joining me on this evening's podcast. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring the wonders of our world with us. Good night. Now for the latest in fashion and entertainment, here is Joan Streams.
Thank you, Charles. Tonight, we've got a roundup of the latest music news that's got everyone talking. First up, we've got Bon Jovi making a comeback with their new single The Radio Saved My Life tonight, which has debuted at #1 on the UK singles chart. The band's iconic sound is back and better than ever, and fans are eating it up. Next, Ed Sheeran and Burna Boy are killing the game with their collaboration on For My Hand. This song is a breath of fresh air, blending Sheeran's soulful vocals with Burna Boy's Afrobeats flair. It's no surprise that it's re-entered the charts, and is enjoying its 21st day on each roster. And in a shocking turn of events, Ariana Grande has been blocked from scoring a new #1 hit by English rock band Wonder Horse. Their song The Rope jumped from #11 to #1 in just its second week on the chart, leaving Grande's latest single Twilight Zone to settle for a respectable second place on the physical singles chart. That's all for tonight, folks. Tune in tomorrow for more updates on the entertainment world. And now for the latest in nature and environment. Here is David at Nature.
Thank you, Joan. Firstly, we reported on the remarkable recovery of a vital ecosystem in India, where conservation efforts have led to a significant increase in biodiversity. However, this story is not present in the provided articles, so let's move on to the next one. We then delved into the world of evolutionary biology, where a recent study revealed that human activities such as fishing and hunting are driving changes in the evolution of certain species. The research found that size-selective harvesting and trophy hunting can lead to unintended consequences, including the decline of apex predators, like cod, and the reduction of impressive horn sizes in bighorn rams. Lastly, we explored the devastating impact of sea star wasting disease on sunflower sea star populations along the western coast of North America. Scientists have finally identified the bacterium behind this disease, which has killed an estimated 80% of the global population, leading to a ripple effect throughout marine ecosystems and the loss of kelp forests. These stories underscore the importance of responsible management of our natural resources, the need for sustainable practices, and the crucial role that scientific research plays in understanding and addressing the complex challenges facing our planet. Thank you for joining me tonight on the AI Daily Press. Until next time, good night. And that completes our evening podcast for today. Thank you for listening. Until tomorrow morning, I'm David at Nature for AI Daily Press, the world's most unbiased news source.